Seth MacFarlane has talked a little bit about some of the Bruce Jenner jokes on Family Guy. Now, before Caitlyn Jenner revealed her true identity, apparently Family Guy had a few episodes where they would poke fun at Bruce Jenner being a woman. One of those episodes included Stewie Griffin calling Jenner a woman, an elegant, beautiful Dutch woman. In another clip, the show made a more blatant point when they showed Jenner dancing provocatively for a group of sailors wearing a pink boa. Now, MacFarlane was talking about TED 2. He was doing a conference about TED 2, promoting the new movie, and he was asked about this, and I thought that he had a really interesting answer. He says the following, okay, nobody sets out to offend or shock for the sake of shocking. You set out to get laughs, right? So he's saying, look, this is all in the name of comedy. This isn't meant to single out one particular group of people and just destroy them. He also says, my philosophy is live and let live. If something makes someone happy and they're able to do it, as long as it isn't hurting anybody, live and let live. So he's talking about the, transgender individuals altogether.
Yeah. So there's no way around that. That's just funny. Okay, when before they knew that he was Caitlyn Jenner, when they say that he's an elegant, beautiful Dutch woman, back when he was Bruce Jenner. If you don't find that funny, there's something a little off, okay? You're taking life a little too seriously. Now, look, there's very good reasons why people take life seriously, because sometimes it could be serious as a heart attack, right? I get all that. We cover that on the show, right? We're on the side of Caitlyn Jenner. Well, at least in terms of defending her identity, et cetera. She claims she's a Republican. I'm not sure I'm on that side, okay? But you gotta let people do comedy. Otherwise, we're all sitting here nitpicking every joke. Yeah, some of the stuff on Family Guy is, pretty over the top.
It's a provocative show, and I think that's part of its appeal.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny. But look, if they were coming at it from a context of, okay, they do Family Guy, and afterwards they propose legislation to take rights away from transgender people. I go, whoa! It just became unfunny, right? Because apparently you had bad intent, and you were trying to make fun of them rather than all of us having a laugh as a family, right? And so Rush Limbaugh thinks he's funny, and he tells an African-American caller to take the bone out of his nose because he can't hear him. That's not funny.
That's not comedy.
He's intending to insult him, and that has ramifications, etc. When Seth MacFarlane does it, it's not that he gets a pass. And if he said something that was not funny and meant to ridicule people in a way that was over the line, well, as we talked about on the show many times, for comedy, that line is way out there. You got to give them wide breath to make sure that we can all have a laugh every once in a while. But that line can be crossed. Michael Richards yelling the N-word over and over again.
That's
there are
when
other
you
instances
realize
of it.
that it goes past just being comedy. It's actual social commentary. It's serious.
Right.
But I think with comedy, it's a really difficult and complex issue because there are gradations. And I don't think that certain jokes should be off limits, but it's all about how the joke is delivered, whether or not it's funny. Oftentimes, if a so-called racist or transphobic or homophobic joke kind of falls flat, then the comedian is in a lot of trouble. And so, look, I want to give comedians a lot of credit because they put themselves out there in a very risky way, especially with today's climate and all the terrible commenters out there that say terrible things about certain groups of people. But it is a difficult thing to comment on because I think sometimes comedians do cross a line and it's difficult to define what that line is.
So I'm against both sides that live in the black and white world. I'm against if there are these liberals, and I guess there's a couple of them, I don't believe that they're anywhere near the majority, who get offended at every kind of joke about Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner or the trans community or the gay community or whatever community you're talking about, right? Yeah, no, you lighten up a little bit. We got to have comedy in the world, right? I'm also against the people who then say all the liberals are PC and we should be able to demean anyone we like and call it comedy. No, there's a line, right? Yeah. And like I said, it's far out there. You know when you're crossing it, and you know what your intent is, right? So don't pretend otherwise, like, what? I was just joking. I am such a comedian. My name is Rush Limbaugh. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
No, dude, you didn't mean it as comedy. You meant it as real. And you put your ugly racist thoughts in the guise of what your 88-year-old audience believes is humor,
right,
so that you could inject it in and be able to say it and get away with it. Right. If you can't understand that distinction, you're either being purposely obtuse or, you know, you need to look into nuance in your life and not live in such a sad black and white world. In this case, Seth MacFarlane, not guilty.